This is a message from your guides reading for Family of Light. Okay, so I still actually have my group crystals from last week, which I used for all of the monthlies and all of the weeklies, so they must be pretty significant. And then I have 3 here that I pulled for your reading. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and use my rose quartz here to surround us in some positive space. Okay, so I actually have 2 heart chakra crystals that I pulled for you, and then also I have a quartz crystal here. So this is a quartz crystal pyramid. So a lot of higher energies coming through. It feels like also cleansing, and then but higher energies coming through, and the cleansing, it's happening because of the higher energies as well. It's not only cleansing either, it's still some um I'm pretty sure this was coming up in the last reading too, because this is still having, they're saying the eclipse, um and I remember them saying that during the last reading. They're reminding me of that. So they're still talking about the eclipse. They're still talking about this stuff with the DNA, DNA repair, DNA activation. And I feel like there was kind of a lot of energy that they were able to use, that they were able to harness. I don't even feel like this is only your guides. I feel like kind of in general, guides were kind of able to use this energy, but I also feel like because you're a spiritual person and you're um, constantly communicating with your guides, and they may not even only be referring to consciously here, because there's definitely a communication there happening with you. That's definitely one of your primary gifts for sure. I always feel that with you. Like there's this definite, easy communication that happens between you and your guides. I don't even feel like you're always aware of that. Okay, so because of that, when you add that factor in with that, then it feels like they were able to take this substantial amount of energy and also use it substantially to um, to fix some things. So they're talking about the DNA repair there, to activate some things, to shift some things. They're saying also to kind of clear your mind. And I feel like get this communication with them almost like to another level, it feels like, is something that they want to do, because they're kind of sending me this energy of you as a kid, but at the same time, I'm seeing you now. So it feels almost like um, going back to when you were a kid, because, as a kid, you were definitely very psychic, but also it's like just in general, people as kids, they're more open. So even if they don't have psychic gifts that are developed from other lifetimes and that are really operating or going to be operating in an obvious way throughout their lifetime, um, it's still, they're still more open. They can develop psychic abilities much more easily. They're more open to that. they're just, it's just easier for them naturally because they're not closed off to a lot of things. So it's like as we adopt different programmings as we get older, we tend to close off psychically more and more because those programmings basically say no to psychic abilities. They cause us to act in a more logical way, a less passionate way. When you're a kid, it's all about just following your passion, your passion, your passion. Um, whether it's playing, maybe you have to do something that's boring and you don't like it, but you're well aware of it, and you're only doing it because somebody told you to do it and because you have to do it. It's not the same reason as when you're an adult. When you're an adult, you're, a free bird. You can do what you want to do. And now it's because people told you this shit before. Now you just keep repeating the message to yourself. So now as an adult, you say to yourself, I have to do this shit that I don't want to do. Whereas when you were a kid, like school or things like that, maybe you didn't want to do all of it, but you were told to do all of it. You knew you didn't want to do it. And as soon as you got the opportunity to do something else, go play Xbox or, whatever the heck it was, you went and you did that thing, or maybe some creative thing, maybe as a teen, maybe sewing or playing an instrument or whatever. But the point is, you went back to doing this other thing that you loved doing and you felt uninhibited during those times to express that and to express that side of yourself. Nobody stopped you because you were a child. It's when you're an adult, you're expected to do things, and those expectations were imposed on you as a kid and as a teen and a young adult. But once you are a young adult, you really are off the hook. You don't have to do those things. Once you're on your own and kind of once you hit that magical number 18 and you're an adult, you're more or less off the hook. Obviously, there can be situations where you live with parents or whatever, but once you're a young adult, you can establish yourself. You can begin to however you want to. You can go in whatever direction that you want to. So any limitations that you impose are on yourself, whether you're living passionately or you're not. Whether you're following your own example from when you were a kid or you're listening basically to somebody's rhetoric. And you're listening to, the do this, don't do that kind of dogma where they're saying it is like a dogma. It's like a religion. It's like these beliefs of how you're supposed to live your life. It's like the logic dogma. So your guides want you to be free of that and just do whatever the heck you want to do. Oh, that's so bad. I know that's a word. Sometimes they give me a word and I know it's a word, but I just never use it and I never hear anybody else use it. And so then I sound just kind of like not too brilliant there. But yeah, okay. Unencumbered. Okay. So I was getting that right. Unencumbered. Unencumbered. They want you to be free. They want you to be unencumbered. I would never use that word, unencumbered. So that's why they're saying this to you, and also reminding you of of almost like ways to be that way. I don't feel like this is only through readings. I feel like this is also stuff that either they're sending to you or they want to. Um, okay, well, they are sending it to you, but they want you to receive it more and more so that you really live your life in a full way. And you're not encumbered. Okay, so that is all that they have to say for this reading. So thank you very much once again, and I will see you next week. Namaste.